start high. Back to Joe, if Joe is side of the ones. Shorty using Brady off that elbow. Okay? Back up. If you don't get under, then you're going to come back up. Right? Joe's going to work it up. Hey, we always knew they're going to make some runs. 31 points and a half, but this team is excellent. Okay, that's where we want to be. Right, maybe 2 or 3 points. But defensively, we're good. We can get bit higher in the line, chair on chair.
So, players about to come back out onto the court. Now we're about to get underway. So here comes our monitor. Are you guys ready?
So we're underway in the third quarter of this men's wheelchair basketball semi-final. Advantage Australia, but only by the 4 points. Battling performance by the American side so far in the first 2 quarters.
Brad Ness underway again.
Brad Ness scored 10 points in the first half. He's got another 2 to his name as his team go ahead. Justin Eveson weighing in with 9. Tristan Knowles with 10 points for the Australian side.
They've already found a gap closed up by Hartman.
United States on the offensive. Schulte and Heinz have been their top scorers with 8 and 7 respectively in the first half. Ness just unable to get on the end of that pass from Norris, but it's a 6-point lead. Ladia was with the foul. Sean Norris to Everson. Pass to Ness. Players who've been on this Australian squad since 2004 when they were together in the Athens Olympics where they got the silver medal. When one better 4 years ago did Ness and Everson.
And Norris.
Norris as well was on that side. Michael Harnett, Tristan Knowles, all in Beijing.
Yeah, they're a very close-knit team and well drilled by their Australian coach.
Yeah, he's not the most demonstrative of coaches, is Etheridge on the sidelines, compared to the likes of Galinica, the German coach of the German women's team, who gets very uptight sometimes.
Yes.
But he's an effective coach, Ben Etheridge, for Australia. Ness from distance, mopped up by William Waller for the USA. Got support from Barber on his right-hand side. Back with Waller. Near side to Schulte. No quarter given between these players. They know each other well, of course, having already met in not only this event, but down the years in more than one event. Australia world champions as well as the Paralympic champions. But America, very much a basketball nation.
Yeah, they haven't won a medal since Sydney, but they actually won the first 6 championships, I think it was. So a very historic nation with a lot of basketball history.
Yeah, it went a bit quiet for them after Seoul. That was in 88. Michael Hartnett for Australia to Eveson. Puts on the gas. Inside ball.
Yeah, Norris just finds the gap there. Gets a pass off Eveson, just bumped in the back by Waller. Very clinical from the line, Norris. He's got a very good percentage in this tournament from the stripe.
Chance to go 9 points clear. Or rather 8 points clear. It stays at 38-31. Australia just starting to turn the screw a little bit.
Yeah, as you can see, Norris just wriggled his way past Nate Heinzer, found a gap underneath the basket, turned, controlled his chair, post one in off the window, which is a very important marker in the game.
Schulte to Waller. 7 point deficit. Norris looking for Ness, looking for Eveson.
So rather than
Sean Norris, Eveson inside.
yeah, he just mismatched there from Jeremy Lardy. Hines lost him, and Jeremy Lardy had to cover, try and make the top, the shot tough. Sorry. It's a bit static on the offense from the Americans. It's going here, then over there. They can't find a solid way in. It's just going over cross court, trying to move the Aussies around. And they just need to get back quicker on defense as well, as another easy 2 points for Sean Norris.
Starting to stretch away at the moment, Australia. See what Schulte can do about that. Ness goes long. Norris delivers.
Really punished by Sean Norris on the fast break. Jim Glatch is very frustrated, and I can see why.
So what has gone wrong for America in the first few minutes of this quarter? What has changed between the last quarter?
As you can see from this last play, it's just Norris picked up by nobody, allowed to roll for the easiest shot he'll probably get in the game. If America try, that's why Jim Glatch called a timeout. He just needs somebody to pick up Norris on the halfway rather than concentrate on who's got the ball underneath the basket.
But if America are committing too many men to the offense at this moment, surely is that the team decision, or is that Glatch's decision to have all 5 men going forward at any one time and not leaving anyone to cover the likes of Norris?
When you are in that team environment, it's sort of a bit of 50-50. They take in what Jim Glatch is saying, but they have to communicate with each other. And I think that's what's happening. That's why Jeremy Lardy got stuck with Everson down low, because Nate Hines probably wasn't talking, saying that he'd lost his man.
Well, they've had a talking to from Jim Glatch. Have the United States. Lardy is is off for now. Stephen Serio is on, and I think I saw Joe Chambers as well.
Ian Lynch is on as well on the far side.
On the far side, the USA number 5, big rangy player. Very good from close quarters, Chambers, given the size that he has. Hulking figure. He's quite an evil-looking character, to be fair, but I understand he's a lovely bloke, Joe Chambers.
Oh, he's a really nice bloke away from the court, but obviously you don't want to show that to your opponents on the court. He has a mean game face, and he's 100% focused. Really tough player to guard for most people.
Everson looking for a fast opening. Norris having a fine game so far for Australia. 9 points to his name. Contrasting faces of the two coaches there. USA on the attack. Jason Nelms. Inside ball, William Waller.
Referee's just talking it over. I think Waller just got bumped by Ness there. As he gets back, as you see, Ness comes clattering into the back of Waller as he tries to throw up the shot.
$15 points down, the United States.
I think that's why Joe Chambers has come on. He's obviously part of Jim Glatch's game plan. Save him for the later stages when it counts. But Sean Norris in that lane again, finding that gap and converting.
They're going to have to do something about Norris. But as you were pointing out earlier, you're busy looking after the likes of Ness, number 15, and Eves from number 4. You're leaving yourself open to the likes of Norris to pick you off.
When the Americans can't find that inside like the Australians are doing ever so often, they go to that screenshot from Serio. Very clinical outside shooter, Steve Serio.
2 baskets for him today, Steve Serio. Norris again. Chambers is there. Waller brings it away. Serio up the middle. Jason Nelms is the number 12.
Very speedy player.
Chambers has got to do something. He's going to take a shot.
Counts. Yeah. Just got caught in between Norris's chair, drawing the contact.
Michael
on his
Harnett
way through. I think he clipped the back of Norris, or Hartnett might have pushed him.
So Chambers 4 points to his name already in this half, and the chance to reduce that deficit.
Norris on the break again.
Stays at 11. Knowles is on, number 9 for Australia. Man who got those 2 3-pointers in the third quarter. Eveson, interception. Chambers comes away. He's got support, he's going to go himself.
Nice fake pass from Joe Chambers. Confident driving to the lane for the layup.
Joe Chambers plays for the Golden State Sacramento in California. 6 points already.
he's a big fan of the tattoo. Big fan.
He'd like a tattoo saying London 2012 gold medalist, I imagine, somewhere.
Yeah, the Americans.
Wouldn't they all? Australia have other ideas so far.
Two-time medalist, maybe, on Australia's arm.
Could be. 90 seconds to go in the third. Australia ahead by the 9 points. Eveson and Tristan Knowles playing a blinder. Norris as well, number 7. Having a superb
Great
game.
drive from Eveson there, spinning his way, finding the tightest of gaps, able to wriggle way through, and he gets fouled, throwing the shot up.
Dylan Alcott is on for the Australian side, number 13, just see inside the paint there.
There needs to be communication from Waller on that play there. Otherwise, Jason Nelms, who was going away from basket, could have covered.
Eveson so good from the free shots. Two out of 2 for the big man. Brad Ness is back on. Eveson taking a well-earned breather for now. Ness, the skipper, of course, veteran of the last 2 games. Silver in Athens, gold in Beijing. Chambers really making his mark on this American 5.
Knowles, does that count?
Fairly expressionless face.
He's been good from range in this game.
He's been fabulous, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, you can see he scored 48 points last year in the home championship in Australia and was named the MVP, so very clinical scorer.
Talent all the way through this Australian side. But America scrapping hard to stay with them. They're still within 7 points. They've not let Australia get too far ahead. I think 11 or 12 is the furthest that the Aussies have been in the lead.
It's been a good fight from the Americans. I've been very impressed from their first game against Turkey, which they lost by 9 points. That was very scrappy and they couldn't get it together. But in this game, they seem to be pulling together, starting communicating now, which I've seen. And yeah, hopefully they can keep within the Aussies.
Well, Australia had a 10-point lead after the first quarter, 18-8 that score. United States coming back into it in the second quarter with 23 points on the board for them and a slight advantage by 3 points to Australia in the third quarter, as you can see. So 52-45 is the score. Jim Glatch's side are still in this. So the stats showing that Australia do have the the dominance, but it isn't enormous. Australia know that they're still in this. Joseph Chambers, since he came on, has been influential for the American team with 8 points so far to his name. Back underway in the fourth quarter, 10 minutes to go in this semi-final, playing for the right.
Lovely movement from Joe Chambers, trying to work on the high post instead of down low. Got the shot off, but couldn't hit.
Sean Norris, Brad Ness. Inside ball and a basket as well to Yannick Blair. 4 points for Blair today. America come away through Steven Serio. Saw him early on in the first quarter. Missed chance for William Waller.
Great vision from Steven Serio on that last play.
Tristan Knowles always lingering around that three-point mark to Ness on the far side. Oh!
Just dropped. It's always a nerve-wracking moment as a player when that type of shot happens.
Just to increase the agony for his opponents. I'll tell you later he did that on purpose.
Yeah.
56-45. Serio for the United States, looking for the big man Chambers from California. Getting a lot of pressure from Norris, back to Serio. Jason Nelms on the edge of the paint. Excruciating basket.
Yeah. It's always nervous. Will it go in? Do I need to get in for the rebound? You know, players are just sitting there watching.
And if you've thrown it, I guess you want to watch as well, don't you?
Yeah, you just want to see if it drops, see if you've got two more points to your tally. Thought about the screen there, Serio. Waller gets it instead and converts the 2 points.
Effective game for William Waller. Plays for the Cavs in Cleveland, Ohio. Tristan Knowles. Norris it is on the near side. Well, Jim Glatch getting quite exercised.
Yeah, he doesn't like the referees in this game, Francis.
Pressure mounting on his side. They're down 56-47. More phlegmatic Ben Etheridge, coach to the Australian side. Serio for the United States.
Looks like Joe Chambers got caught in the eye there. Being mauled by the Australian defence.
Yep.
Just tries to regain his vision.
Justin Eveson, the man who was giving him a fair bit of attention there, and still is, number 4 for Australia. Number 5, Chambers on this side. Eveson getting his paw in the way.
What I noticed about Jason Nelm's shot there is, like most guards I've seen like to go from low on their lap to up high to the shot, but Jason Nelms can hold the ball up high, get some balance, and just get off that flick of the wrist, which you don't see most international guards do. They like to come from down low, up high, and then flick, follow through.
which is a good example of what you're talking about from Jason Nelms.
Yep, nothing but net.
1 out of 2. Substitution for Australia. Simmons is on, number 11. This is Knowles for once inside the paint. Sean Norris comes away. Knowles with that trademark.
Doesn't look like a trademark that time.
He wasn't on target then, but goodness, he surprised us in the third quarter with 2 fabulous 3-pointers. Serio for the United States. Knowles with Eveson making his move inside.
Lovely fake, working with Norris on the pick up top.
I'll tell you what I think is interesting about Eveson. Same can be said for Brad Ness as well, and perhaps you can explain just how good they are in the chair when actually they spend most of their time walking around.
The chair skills are vital, and yeah, most amputees are the most prominent chair users. Like it's difficult to explain. Like you said, they spend most of their time walking, yet they move so
well in the chair, yeah,
and energetic with the floor. But I guess it's just practice. It is just practice.
But someone who is in the chair all the time, you would think would have better chair skills than the likes of Ness and Eveson.
Yeah, well, if we match up Justin Everson, say, compared to Jason Nelms, Jason Nelms is obviously lower down, he's more dynamic, aerodynamic, and he can get up the floor, I think, faster than Everson. That's why we have all these small men with the whippets that do all these picks. So
like Eric Barber, you mentioned, of the States, number 4.
Yeah, he can move up the floor, he can get those picks, so we can get the big guys who are not as fast as them to move off the ball and get that gap in the paint for the shot off the glass.
But an extra skill, as we were saying, for the likes of Ness and Eveson, who aren't spending 24 hours a day in the chair. But then again, these are special chairs, aren't they? They're splayed wheels, reinforced.
Yeah, the wheels are actually at a slight angle, so it allows for quicker turning.
Yeah. And stability is important.
Stability is important. Like you see Norris here, he's got a new chair, I think, because when I watched him last year, he actually sat a little bit lower. So I think he's got a new chair just in time for London.
Joseph Chambers for the USA. They're 8 points down. They're still in this. Serio delivers for the United States.
Tough shot on the fadeaway. That's one of the hardest things when you're moving backwards. You have to put more flick on it, more backspin.
Something he did well.
Yeah, very well. It's a great skill to have.
6 points for Serio today. Eveson knows he's got to get busy. Norris as well, being well marshalled by William Waller.
Oh, Brad Ness, swish, lovely sound through the net from the top of the key. Not his usual area, but still, if you have it that in your arsenal, then take it.
Exactly. Serio twisting, turning, getting a lot of heat from Ness and Eveson, and Australia will come away again. 8-point advantage. What can Jim Glatch do? What can he change in the last 3.5 minutes come the next timeout to
For me, it's all from the American side. I think it's all about chair defense, the way they angle their chair when they defend the Australians. Because if you see the Australian forwards, they're always finding that little gap and they're exploiting it, and they're faking their way through, wriggling their way through. And it's just discipline. It is all about discipline for the Americans now.
And getting the ball to form players like Chambers and Serio inside the paint.
Yeah, they work well on that side then. Good communication, good passing, moving the two players on the far side around, causing some confusion, and that gives them an easy basket underneath.
Norris to Ness to Eveson. 3 main men for Australia in this semi-final. There's all of the main men for America.
Just Joe Chambers called for a slap on Norris there. I'm sure he'll say he didn't mean it. Surely not.
Surely not me, referee. Michael Hartnett, number 8, is on for the Australian side. A couple of little worry lines appearing on Ben Etheridge's face a couple of minutes ago.
After he misses his shots, get the ball down and run GB. It's there for you all day. It's been there all day. All right? Just set it up. Just set it up. Serio's building the baller. He's picked up the ball. Get Joe in. Don't leave you on the weak side. If they collapse, it's going to be wide open for an open jumper. All right? Defensive is identified.
I'm going to make those 2 objectives to control the pressure. Let them bounce out. If they get close to the basket, we need to foul. We have 2 fouls.
Jim Glatz, Tom Colwell, Melvin Jewett, the American bench.
To claw this back, they want similar plays like you saw with Serio and Chambers. They want that sort of work on those wings, if you like. And that's how they'll get back into this game. Even they've just got to hope Brad Ness, Everson has got the cold shoulder at the minute. But as you see, Ness's last shot from the top of the key, which was very strange to take, he clearly isn't in the mood to miss tonight.
One out of 2 for Norris missed. Second one good. Every point at this stage valuable. Just over 2.5 minutes to play. Jason Nelms, Serio, looks for support inside the paint. Not a lot happening for him. He's going to have to go it alone.
Screen by Waller. Good tight screen sandwich between Norris and Ness, allowing Serio to get that shot off with space and time.
It's a 5-point game. Eveson inside.
Foul called on Joe Chambers again. You have to be careful now. Got 2. Remember, if you're new to the game of basketball, free fouls. Remember, if he gets 2 more, he's out the game. Similar to the red card in football.
Eveson delivers for Australia as he's done many times before. 7-point lead. Terrific play.
Shot. That is a tough shot. Holding up one-handed and just getting that deft touch to knock it through.
Using every millimetre that Joe Chambers possessed. Brings it back to a 5-point margin.
You just have the feeling that the Australians can work and hold on here, though. A rare turnover in the Australians in this game.
It's end-to-end stuff. Missed chances are vital, which is why baskets like that are so important for the United States and Joe Chambers. 10 points to his name today. 63-58 the score. Just over 90 seconds to play.
First jump is excellent. Then we recover in. He's still got the ball, and we stay. So the next guy's got to go. Yeah? He's doing a good job, the first one, but then we stop. And he's just sitting there, eyeing it off. Okay? Get out there, cover in, push the next guy around. Okay? Let me do that flat. Yeah, you two. Yeah, let's jump. If Chambers is there, stay big with him. Alright. So you stay there. Stops. Two stops. Tempo, boys. Tempo.
Joseph Chambers is everywhere for his team since he came on just after half-time.
Just gets mauled at the back there.
He's the player that Australia are going to be most concerned about.
Like I said, I think it's all a part of Jim Glatch. He didn't actually start the game, which was surprising, but he's actually brought him on in the later stages. And you can see how it's affected the scoreline.
Pressure throw for Joseph Chambers. USA back within 4 points. Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Smiles from the benches. Chambers.
Great technique from Joseph Chambers at the line.
Chambers the man.
The man of the hour if USA turn this around and win the game. Not long now.
Not long now. Everything to play for. Norris and Ness and Eveson. No, they've still got to work hard. Yannick Blair with that basket.
He sort of like went in the paint undetected by the USA defense there. And
they're keeping their eye on so many players. Serio thinks about it. Inside ball. Quite a dogfight inside the paint.
It's a dogfight, and it's also a very high-paced game, isn't it? Like watching the Australians, you're almost dizzy. You know, you got Norris running at the floor, Everson. People that have great speed. So can they hold on to this 5-point lead? The Americans will foul now, trying to send the Aussies to the line, hoping that they'll miss the shot and get the next attack so they can claw back this lead ever so slightly, point by point.
Ian Lynch is the number 13 for the United States. Pressure now on Norris. Waller is going to come away with it for the USA.
3 man in the lane, Lynch.
Lynch it is inside.
Seconds may not seem much to the folks at home, but it's a lifetime in basketball, especially at this situation in the game.
Schulte is on. Waller is off for the USA. Chambers misses. done well so far from these free shots as Eveson. His team 6 points to the good. 25 seconds away from getting into that gold medal. Maybe the pressure gets to Everson as well, Nate.
Yeah, they don't want him shooting a three. They don't want him moving with the ball at all. Try and find a player that can completely immobilize him.
Joshua Turek, thinks the first time we've seen him today. Actually, second time he was on in the first quarter, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Comes on for Stephen Serio. Schulte to Nelms. It's getting a bit desperate. That's all they can really do.
That was rushed by Nelms. That surprises me for me. I thought he'd work for that three, try and get some space rather than just chucking it up, you know. And I think that's the game for me. Australia have just done enough to hold on.
But if you're 6 up and there's 11 seconds on the clock, what are your options? It is 3 points.
Joseph Chambers just been given a technical. Sorry, Francis, got my T's mixed up there. 2 fingers for a technical as they cross the T, and 1 for a timeout.
All right, timeout as opposed to technical.
Yeah, sorry, got my T's mixed up. No, I was right. Sorry, technical foul. Yeah,
against Chambers.
Yeah, sorry. No problem.
Chambers exhorting his team from behind. Eveson's back.
Yeah, those 2 shots hurt very much.
USA with the likes of Chambers and Schulte given their all in this game. Got within 3 points a few minutes ago of the United States, but desperation seeping into their game, and that just gives the likes of Everson the chance to net those free shots, which he does with aplomb.
If there's any such thing as a positive loss,
this is it.
This is it. Yeah, definitely. Chambers and Serio have worked very well together.
2 out of 2 is a 10-point advantage to Australia.
Oh, hello.
Well, go out on a high, says Josh Turek. With that 3 points. He's got 5 for the day.
Just a quick fire shot off the glass, lines it up very nicely. Eagle eye with that top right-hand corner of the window.
It's the Justin Everson show at the moment. 20 points he's got in this game so far, of the Australian total of 71.
Yeah, not just in this game, but Everson's had a fantastic tournament.
21 points for the big man from Perth. It's job done for Ben Etheridge and the rest of the Australian team. Brad Ness happy. His team had the chance to defend that gold medal. But for the American side, as you were saying, Nate, defeat, but a defeat with some class.
Yes. Like you said, go out on a high, fight till the very end, and that's what Americans did. I mean, look at the contrast between the first quarter and the fourth quarter. 20 points to 18, only 2 points ahead, whereas in the first quarter they were down 18-8, looking really deflated. But they worked and worked, they worked those picks, communicated well with each other, chair-to-chair defence, really scrappy game in the second half. And they were really unlucky not to trouble Australia today, and they're through to their third consecutive Paralympic final.
As we said before, the coaches have got to juggle the classifications of the various players they've got on court.